What is up, everybody? It's Superverse TV here today. So we're going to talk about this tweet that a Dying Light dev team member wrote on Twitter. Pretty much, he was asked about improving, the frame rates on Dying Light 2. So this person who originally started this tweet off was saying their partner got very sick from having, motion sickness from playing at 30 FPS. And then the dev responded to why this might be happening. He says, we're fixing the co-op issues first. The demand broke Sony / Microsoft / Epic servers. I'm thinking he's trying to say. Motion sickness will be addressed in the first upcoming patch. FOV plus motion blur will be considered for the next 30 FPS on Series S will be looked at, but the console's GPU is holding us back. So it kind of sounds like he's blaming all these issues on the Xbox Series S. When this game, you look at it over across the board on all these consoles, this game is unoptimized on all these consoles. I think it runs like a 1080p, 60 FPS on PS5. Then it's like a little bit above 1080p on Xbox Series X, but 60 FPS as well. Then on Xbox Series S, it's like 1080p 30. I don't even want to know what the last generation consoles run at. They probably run at like 30 FPS, like below like 720 or something like that. I don't even want to know what they run at, but yeah, this game is super unoptimized. It's like there's a lot of games that run a lot better on the Series S, but it's just ridiculous that they're just really like legit blaming the Series S. So this post has been used for console wars. Sony fanboys have been running with this post saying that the Series S shouldn't exist in that game because of what this dev said. But when it's clear that this game is not optimized, it's like, how are you playing a game at 1080p 60 on a PS5, or 1080p, or a little bit above 1080p on an Xbox Series X? It's like, it's obviously there's a lot of things wrong with this game, and it launched with like over a lot of bugs as well too. So this game definitely has some issues with it, but let's just see what people have to say about this post right here, because I'm obviously not a dev. A lot of people are not devs in the comment section, but it's like, come on, it's obvious that this game, it's obvious that this needs to be better optimized, but let's see what people have to say about this. FOV should not be considered. I'm sorry, but for an FPS game, it's very important to have a FOV slider. We'll buy the game when you guys add a slider, and also allow no motion blur, but FOV slider is a must. Sounds like poor optimization on Series S. No other devs seem to have this issue. Yeah, that's another problem too. You don't see too many other devs having the same issue of making games run over 30 FPS. So kind of seems like this is a Dying Light 2 dev issue, to be honest. But the Xbox Series X is gonna become a scapegoat, though. It's just gonna be they're using Xbox Series as a scapegoat to why this game is underperforming. Look at Microsoft's first party, for example. Yeah, they have no problem running games above 60 or above. Even Assassin's Creed Valhalla sorted out, patched at 60 FPS. Yeah, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks great. So that game has a lot of stuff going on it. So I don't know what the Dying Light 2 dev team problem is, but I'm pretty sure they can patch it to this above 60. Out of curiosity, which components on the PS5 and Xbox Series X are also holding you back? Seems as if the game is running at an embarrassing low 1080p on them both. The game is just a poorly optimized buggy mess, but yeah, sure, blame the hardware for the team's shortcomings. Yeah. Series S GPU is holding us back. Not to say I told you so, but some people are running with this narrative right here. And then they have a list of games that say, hey, these games run a lot better on a Series S, like Valhalla, Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, Metro Exodus with ray tracing. At Far Cry 6, it was running at 1440p 60. Yeah, a lot of these games are big open world games too, so why does those games run just fine at 60, but this one can't? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in those games, and those games are open world, so it's kind of sketchy to blame the Series S for these issues with this game. Even a bigger consoles are having issues as well with this game too. So it's just poor optimization. Xbox fanboys are not going to be happy about this. Xbox fanboys have a Series X, so they're happy. Okay, let's see. Series S is holding back games. They just gave them fuel for that stupid narrative now. It's like, jeez. That's all this tweet did. Gave them fuel for that dumb narrative. Simple move. Everyone got a Series S. Don't buy the game and life goes on. If he's saying the Series S won't run this game as good as we expect, skip to another one. Far Cry 6 at 1440p on 60 on Series S. Okay. And the game, I got this. I'm playing on Series X. I mean, the character models look great, but everything else in the background, when like you said, cutscene just looks so blurry and so bland. I mean, I'm loving the story so far, having fun with the game, but Far Cry, I mean, Dying Light 2, it has a lot of issues with it, even on Series X. Like the character models look great in cutscenes, but everything else looks like complete. It doesn't look that great. Just to put it nicely. Let's see. What are the real spicy comments? I'm not saying anything spicy. There's a lot of them quote tweets. Let's see. When you make a poorly optimized game but blame it on current hardware instead. For Series S at least, he already said it had its hardware limitations, so while it's something they are looking at, no guarantee or ever coming. But in my opinion, people buying $300 hardware have misplaced expectations. If they're expecting 60 FPS on every game, different games, different devs. If you want cutting edge performance, here's the option. Kudos to trying to figure it out. I mean, sure, it has limitations, but it's like other games have been doing this before at like 60 FPS, so I don't know. It just seemed like way out for these guys to say not to admit that their game's just poorly optimized, in my opinion. Dying Light 2 looks terrible on every system and PC. Wow, I thought PC was the savior for this game. I didn't think PC guys had a problem with this game whatsoever. That was a console crowd this time. This S-head released a broken-ass game and then blames the console. Funny how he used the word of law when he released a broken game that barely functions even on a high-end PC. Wow. So it is having PC problems too. That's kind of crazy. I also hope Xbox gamers start to demand better from Microsoft. Nah, it's Microsoft's fault. What is this nonsense? So he says, this is not the time to excuse the console and attack Techland. It was quite apparent from the start. The Xbox Series S should have been more powerful. The GPU and memory bandwidth of the system especially. I'm pretty sure he's probably like his recent tweet. He's probably a huge Sony fanboy, but I just don't get it. How it's Microsoft's fault. Other devs have been doing just fine with the system. Let's see. So Sony fanboys using a Series S as garbage excuse over poorly optimized game that has issues running on every platform. Yep, they sure are. They are definitely running with this tweet right here. And the new narratives that the Series S is holding back gaming. But not Sony still making PS4, stop not producing PS4s and making games crash down. But no, the Series S is holding back gaming. Okay. People stop listening to the Twitter experts, especially the ones who follow and devote their worthless lives to Twitter, PlayStation, and Xbox. Okay. So there's a list of games that run the open world that run the games at 60 or even higher. And I'm pretty sure they're still doing, if not more work than Dying Light 2, but okay. Think as a lead designer, publicly you should choose your wording more cautiously, especially in the follow-up post. You go into a state that you still have more to learn and do. Don't forget you can reach out to Team Xbox for assistance. Okay. Series S is holding the gaming industry back. Oh man, they are legit going with that narrative now. Jeez. This game is not next gen. I have seen games look 10 times better runs on PS4/Xbone. Boy, did they step into the S with this. They blame the Series S GPU for holding them back on that version of the game, but the game runs at 1080p on PS5 and Series X. It ain't the GPU. There's something else going on here, and you're trying to deflect blame. Yeah, kind of seems like you're just definitely trying to deflect their mess ups while making this game. Oof, the Series S, come on. Series S GPU is holding back. Remember when bots of the Series S outperformed the PS5, where it kind of is in some places. I mean, there's a lot of games. It plays games at 120 FPS more than the PS5 does, or even 60 more. So I mean, this guy says Xbox fanboys refuse to hear the truth from developers. And he can be biased. I mean, he legit has an avatar of an Xbox fanboy crying in bed, it seems like. So he definitely has no bias with this guy. Oh, man. If the Series S is holding back games from being the best they can on next-gen systems, then something needs to change. It'd be a shame if future devs have to hold back on making the best games they can because of it. I love my Series S, but come on. I mean, but... So the Series, like I said, once again, the Series S is holding back gaming, but not the PS4. But the PS4 isn't, though. I don't know how that even makes sense, but okay. This is just reminding me of the nonsense Xbox fanboys push that the PS5 is the one holding back everything, back. No, the Series S is almost as powerful as the Series X. Transparency is key. Wonder how this too will be used for console wars. Yeah, it definitely. Like, I don't know why this dev he should have worded this properly, worded this better, because these Sony guys are going to run with this stupid narrative now. Let's see. Those wants to be some epic servers. LOL, they need to fix crossplay. PS4 and PS5 can't play together. If someone is using 30 FPS as a console or ammo, that's silly. Those games use consoles and SPCs. It's a resource-heavy monster. It's being used like crazy already. I do agree something needs to be done about the Series S, but damn, the toxicity is high. Yeah, so I'm going to conclude it right here. Yeah, this game is not running great on any console right now. It's like we're in 2022 and we're still playing games at 1080p. Like, I'm not feeling that right now, but the game is still fun. Like I said, I'm definitely enjoying it right now. I'm only like an hour or two into the game. Definitely enjoying it. But yeah, the character models look great, but everything else looks not as great. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below about what this guy said. But the Series S is holding back their progress on this game somehow. So definitely want to hear your thoughts about that down below. Leave a like for this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.